Shalom, this is Sincere Milk of Yahweh Sap, Lion's Den. I camp out with Lion Den, Harwan, Ben Joshua in Jacksonville, Florida. First, I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akim, and to the women and children. Kal, Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Ha Rodash Grodash, Mahamaf, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and in truth. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Harwan. Salutation to the Akims who are in the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. And to the women and children, Shalom. I had to go back to my other YouTube page, Sincere Milk, because Lion Den, Truth is Your Shield, they are having some problems over there with connecting, YouTube. Okay, well, it came out on the phone here about the string pipeline sabotage leak to ruthless Joe Biden, okay? So you can see that the Edomites, right, so-called America, how greedy they are, all right? The title of this lesson, they are greedy. Let me play a little bit and then we're going to the lesson.
As you recall from the July U.S.-German statement, that was very much in that statement that any moves, Russian aggression against Ukraine, would have a direct impact on the pipeline, and that is our expectation and the conversation that we're having.
So again, direct impact is one thing, but I'm literally talking about rolling back the pipeline. And you can loosely define that, but I mean taking action that will prevent it from ever becoming operational.
I think if President Putin moves on Ukraine, our expectation is that the pipeline will be suspended.
Well, I certainly hope that the Senate Foreign Relations Committee would take up legislation to go beyond just suspending it, but from ending it permanently. But anyway, thank you, Undersecretary Nuland.
Wow, did you catch all of that? So first, we have Senator Johnson saying, quote, "I can't think of a more powerful way to punish Russian aggression than by rolling back what progress has been made," he means on the Nord Stream pipeline, "and if at all possible, prevent the Nord Stream 2 from ever being completed." Well, how do you roll back progress on a pipeline? You blow it up. How do you prevent it from ever being completed? You blow it up. And he says he's interested in, quote, "taking action that will prevent it from ever becoming operational." Well, what kind of action would that be? Blowing it up? So Victoria Nuland, her answer, because again, she always hates Russia, anti-Russian. She's a genocidal, racist lunatic, by the way, in my opinion. She says, quote, "Our expectation is that the pipeline will be suspended." Yeah, because she's going to make sure, and Joe Biden's going to make sure. So Senator Johnson, in his response to that, here's what he says. "I certainly hope that the Senate Foreign Relations Committee would take up legislation that would go beyond just suspending it, but ending it permanently." What does that mean exactly, ending it permanently? In other words, Senator Johnson, no matter what you think about him on COVID or other issues or freedom of speech or what have you, he wants to end Nord Stream 2 permanently. Never wants it to be operational. Even though the entire purpose of Nord Stream 2 was to provide Germany and Western Europe with affordable energy from Russia so that Europe's economy could prosper and the people of Europe could have affordable heat, affordable electricity, affordable manufacturing and industry and so on. Why would a United States senator, a member of the GOP no less, not want the people of Europe to experience prosperity with affordable energy? There's a question. And why would he say he's interested in, quote, not just suspending it, but ending it permanently? If you say that you want to end someone, like if you're threatening someone, even an elected official or something, if you say theoretically that you want to end them, what does that mean? It means you want to kill them. You want to destroy them. You want to annihilate them, to end it permanently. Senator Johnson uses the word permanently. He means, obviously, he wants this pipeline destroyed. Kind of makes me wonder, who's donating campaign funds to Senator Johnson here? Could it be a United States exporter of liquid natural gas? A little LNG company maybe that's going to make billions of dollars in profits by exporting natural gas out of U.S. hubs on ships and delivering it to Europe as Europeans freeze and starve to death and are willing to pay anything to not die because they need energy so badly? I'm wondering. I don't have the answer to that question, but it's a question we must ask. So we've established here so far that Joe Biden wants to end Nord Stream 2. Victoria Nuland in the State Department, high-level official, very influential, wants to end the pipeline. Senator Johnson wants to end the pipeline, and he's a member of the GOP. And they don't just want to end it. They want to destroy this pipeline for whatever reason. They do not want it to ever function. Now, they might argue, well, this is a way to economically punish Russia. But is it really economically punishing Russia that much? Or is it destroying Europe? Is it destroying Europe's industry, Europe's economy? Is it destroying, ultimately, the European Central Bank, the ECB, and the euro currency? Because that's where all of this is headed. Keep those questions in mind as we proceed. Now, this Twitter thread was linked by Revolver.news, and it's fascinating. And it involves an operation called Baltops 22, B-A-L-T-O-P-S, Baltops 22. It's in seapowermagazine.org, sea as in the ocean, S-E-A, seapowermagazine.org. If you go there and search for Baltops 22, unless they delete it, the story talks about a perfect opportunity for research and wresting new technology, experimentation by the United States Navy under what's called the Naval Undersea Warfare Center, as part of the U.S. 6th Fleet Task Force number 68, was carried out. Where? Oh, in Bornholm, Denmark. That is the sea, the ocean, right off the coast of Bornholm, Denmark. And Naval Undersea Warfare Center, mine warfare readiness and effectiveness, all under the direction of U.S. 6th Fleet Task Force 68. And the fleet partnered with, U.S. Navy Research and Warfare Centers to bring the latest advancements in unmanned underwater vehicle mine hunting technology to the Baltic Sea to demonstrate the vehicle's effectiveness in operational scenarios. So they have an underwater drone that they say, it's all about mine hunting technology. And guess what else just happened in this area of Bornholm, Denmark? Oh, the explosions that just blew up the Nord Stream pipelines. That's Bornholm. That's right off, literally just a few miles off the coast of Bornholm, Denmark. So, according to a person commenting on this, when the U.S. Navy talks about, quote, explosive ordnance disposal unit, that's actually a cover story for undersea installation of explosives. They say that the drills are always the exact opposite of what the cover story is. If they say they're removing mines, they're actually planting explosives. And if you go to seapowermagazine.org and look this up, guess when this story was published about the underwater, unmanned drone mine hunting exercise? Oh, June 14th of this year, just a couple of months ago. So let me give you my analysis of what I think happened here. I think that the U.S. 6th Fleet had this underwater explosives drone technology, and I think they planted these explosives in June. And then they needed a cover story for what they were doing there, so they had a story like this published in publications like Sea Power, which is, quote, the official publication of the Navy League of the United States. So they simply, issued press releases to say, you should cover this story. We're doing practice and operations for underwater mine detection. And that way, if anybody ever wonders, what's the United States Navy doing here? in the middle of June under the water, then, oh, there's a story. Yeah, it's just a bunch of drills. Yep. And then they just sat on that until conditions warranted the explosion that just went off. I think probably those explosives have been there since June. That's my guess. I can't prove it. Maybe there's a better explanation, but that makes the most sense.
Boom. I'll stop it right there. Just to show you how greedy these Edomites bastards are, right? They go around the world robbing, plundering, murdering, and raping, right? Just like in the past, okay? They don't stop. They don't quit, right? They got all the wealth around the world, and still they will not quit. Why? Because they are self-destructive. Again, the title of this lesson, they are greedy. Greedy means, when you look it up, having or showing an intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth or power. Well, I wouldn't say or power, I would say wealth and power, right? Because they want to be gods. They can never be gods, okay? They have to go back to their true nature, what they were created, right? To serve their slavery for 1,000 years and then be exterminated. I want to go to 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Verse 17, and the world passed away. And they know this. They know that their kingdom is going to pass away. And the lust thereof. But he that do the will of Yahweh abides forever. Well, that's only talking to the so-called Negros Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds. Even 2/3 that are going to be burned on this side for their wickedness, they still going to live forever because they're going to come back in the new kingdom as babies, okay? But the Edomites, they're not going to live forever, even though right now they believe strongly that the technology that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has given them the knowledge, right, and the understanding that they can brain map and go into an AI robot, right, into the internet and live forever. Boy, what the hell they're smoking. I want to go to Ecclesiastic chapter 5. Give me a minute while I look for it. Oh, I think I passed it. Here we go. Chapter 5, verse 10. He that loves silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loved abundance with increase. This is also vanity. Vanity, if you look it up in Google, excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. Yep, that's the Edomites. Okay? I mean, they're going to their own kind, raping, robbing, and murdering. Right? They're being the booty of the world. And they keep forgetting that around the world is going to come back at them. Okay? Because everything that they're doing is affecting everybody around the world, even their own kind. This is how stupid and ignorant, self-centered they are. Right? Hebrew, chapter 13. And they're not righteous to begin with. Hebrew. Their wickedness. Verse 5. Hey, what happened? Slakia. Chapter 13. Verse 5. Here we go. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such thing as ye have. For he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. But the Edomites can't, right? They cannot have a truthful, sincere conversation, right? They have to be covering everything around the world, stealing all the time, day and night, right? They want everything. Well, they're going to get it, right? They're going to get slaves for 1,000 years since they want everything. Verse 6, so that we may boldly say, Yahweh is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Right? We are very aware in the name of Yahweh Shin Yahushai, through the Holy Spirit, that the things of this world profit us nothing. We don't want nothing of this world. Because we know that the new kingdom to come, we're going to go back home. Right? We're going to go back to Israel. And we're going to have everything and beyond. Because everything that they took belonged to us to begin with. Right? The Edomites. Even their daughters and their wives. How you like that? Matthew chapter 6. Verse 34. And the beauty about it is that they're going to come to us happily. Okay? Just for the record. Verse 34. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow. For tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Yeah. We're not worrying about tomorrow because we know that this wicked kingdom is going to go bye-bye pretty soon. Okay? All the cards of the Edomites, right, that they have in their hands was given to them by Yahweh Shin Yahushai. So any direction that they go, any thought, any plan, right, that they think it comes from themselves owning, it's only bringing them closer for the destruction that they are demanding so bad. And they're going to get it. I want to go to Luke. Slakia. 12, verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness. For a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesses. Yeah. They want to possess everything. Well, they're going to have to also possess what? Slavery. Okay? Because everything that they have done from the time of Cain and Abel, right, all the way to now, has been raping, robbing, and plundering, right, and murdering. Matthew 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and manna, right? You cannot serve Yahweh and money. Okay, but hey, they don't want to serve Yahweh, at least not at this time. But when Yahweh turns loose Yahweh Shai, and he comes back in those so-called UFOs when they're chariots with the angels, oh yeah, they're going to serve, all right, in the new kingdom. Slakia. Proverbs chapter 11. Slakia for the wind. It's windy out here. Chapter 11, verse 4. Riches profit not in the days of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. That's right. Let me jump to verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Okay. Let me take it one more to. I'm going to jump verse 28. He that trusts in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. But the Edomites cannot see that. They cannot comprehend it because it's not given to them to understand and comprehend it. Okay? It's only given to the so-called Negros Latinos, Americans, and speckled birds. Okay? And at this time, really, it's given only to 144,000 chosen elect and 1/3. Okay? Proverbs chapter 13, verse 11. And I hope and pray that I be part of that chosen elect, as well as my Akims in my elder in Lion's Den camp. Verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathers by labor shall increase. Yeah, that's right. They've been stealing around the world all this time, right? Not because they're going to bring in the ultimate, their plan, so they believe, the ultimate robbery and scam of all time, to bring in the, what they call that? The digital currency, right? But remember, first they got to kick in the mandatory MOTB, right? The mark of that beast. And then all hell is going to break loose. I'm going to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 27. So when they move to that direction, they can say bye-bye, because it's not going to be fulfilled to begin with. Verse 27, he that is greedy of gain trouble his own house, but he that hates gifts shall live. Yeah, that's how come they're always, committing suicide, right? They're always having problems with their wives and children, right? Because of the greediness. They can't stop it. Proverbs chapter 20, Salakia. Verse 21. An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. That's right. At the end, they're not going to be blessed because they've been stealing and robbing and murdering around the world. Okay? And they can't quit. Now the whole world knows who the Edomites are, how wicked they are, and how self-destructive they are. Okay? They're suicidal. Okay? If they don't get what they want to destroy the not only themselves, but the whole planet. And that's not going to happen because Yahweh Bashin Yahushai will not allow it. I'm jumping to verse 24. Men's going are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? Yeah. So the Edomites, they strongly believe that they have free will and that these ideas are coming only from them and no one else. No. Even Satan has to obey Yahweh Shin Yahushai. Okay? And that's who they are listening to. And Satan is what? Deceiving them. That's right. Proverbs chapter 22. Give me a minute. Verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. But hey, the Edomites cannot comprehend this, okay? Because it's not given to them to begin with. I'll go to verse 3. I jump to verse 3. A prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Okay? Let's leave it with Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that makes haste to be rich shall not be innocent. No, they're not innocent. The Edomites are not innocent at all. And they're going to have to pay for everything that they have done in the past and in the present. Big time. Okay? Verse 21. To have respect of a person is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress. Verse 22. He that hastes to be rich has an evil eye, and considers not that poverty shall come upon him. And that's right. You're going to experience what it is to be poor. Okay? And what it is to be a slave. And the beauty about it, you're going to be doing it for 1,000 years. Right? And to look forward after that, extermination. Okay? For your wickedness. Verse 22. He that hastes to be rich. Oh, I already read that. Slakia. Give me a minute. Yes, I already read that. Okay, well, I hope that this was edifying. And with that, I'll say Shalom.